Dash, got it on, smash, put on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone.
I don't like playing man with my mic on either. I don't want to hear all that bullshit niggas be talking.
No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want.
I'm fucking around, turn my mic on, off on you, start talking, distracting me and shit.
I will not crash, honey y'all, dash, honey y'all, dash, honey y'all.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Watch the air. Shoot!
Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left.
Oh, you just like
now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw again on second down. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, God, nigga, playing. I got the screenshot. I'll send it to you. Like, yeah, nigga, lying. I see the screenshot.
Cousins the thrower. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Bailey able to knock it through. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Do this shit, man.
First down. Here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8.
This is your shit.
To go on second down.
This is your opponent is
after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins. And this one incomplete.
Now, it did say you watch
it
on your screen.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right,
what is it, man?
We just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Man, y'all got to work all day tomorrow, too, ain't you know?
Cousins to throw it this time. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
At me, man. The line went down today. Yeah, no, line went down.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. 24 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right? You're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Double time. 3 down.
Now Jackson forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Yes, sir.
There for the sack, Emerson Griffin.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Yeah,
and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number 1 game because the number 1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the number 1 seed. I think the number 2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the number 1 team in the NFC West. And the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The number 3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
He'll buy some time right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They've won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina. And then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just 1 game back of 6-6 Dallas. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-lib.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the three-quarter pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our enemy.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jalen Ferguson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He gives Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
What?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they?
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jalen Ferguson, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, you can't beat him.
40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. Here we go. Check. Hey,
I don't know why folks keep the ball, Jack.
Here's Jackson to throw again. Buying time to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. On the move to his left. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Right, Bo.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Letting one go deep for Rob. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Play like they begin you. they don't look like they're going to have tonight.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throwing again on second down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
He's checking. Crash.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
48 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins gives way to Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And the ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop score for the Vikings. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
I ain't sorry, though. But he ain't good either.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Forced out to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says, go for it, you actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
He got 29 yards that time. Cousins now. Eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, for what?
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
See, you paid for
the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Flush to his right. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
How many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
This pass into the arms of Snead. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Jackson from the shotgun. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Jackson now. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And a late score here in this one.
So
they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero.
That nigga fumbled his first scoop.
You're going slow clap on me.
He fumbled in the end zone.
They haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Damn, I supposed to shit that nigga out.
A beautiful fake. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey,